What is up, everybody? Today we are doing the top 10 movies of, or at least my top 10 favorite movies of Steven Spielberg. These are only movies that I have seen, not ones that I have not seen. And start from 10 and work our way to 1. Number 10 will be The Lost World Jurassic Park. Not saying this was a bad movie. Everything on this list was a great movie. But this just felt like another Jurassic Park, which obviously it is. It's a sequel, and sequels aren't always better. I felt the characters in this movie, beyond the Julianne Moore and Jeff Goldblum, were not as interesting as the characters in the first one. As far as the ways it was shot pretty much the same thing. It looks like the same movie, nothing really different, which is why I have it at number 10. Number 9, I have War of the Worlds. Back when this movie came out, the budget was enormous compared to other movies at the time, and the trailer made it look ridiculously good, and I went and saw it. It didn't live up to the trailer, but it was still a very solid sci-fi movie. Tom Cruise does great as always. You know, the people who played the kids weren't as great. There were points in the movie that were a little irritating, which is why this is probably not further up on the list, but for its time, the budget and the visual effects were absolutely fantastic. Then we have Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm a Indiana Jones fan. Out of the three, this is not my least favorite, that's for sure. Loved, Harrison Ford versus the Nazis, kind of thing. Being in Egypt is a little interesting. It's one of those things that as a kid, I didn't really enjoy it very much, but it grows on you as you get older. But very, very well done considering it was filmed in the very early 80s. It does not look like it was filmed in the early 80s. Ages very well. Worth checking out if you haven't seen it before. Then we have Munich. This one jumped up and surprised me when I watched it. I was not expecting much from this movie at all. To be honest, I didn't really even know a lot about the actual true events. After I watched this movie, I went and looked up the true events, and this is phenomenal. The supporting cast for this movie is fantastic. A lot of huge stars in this movie. They weren't huge at the time when they made this movie, but I bet this helped launch some of their careers for sure. This is one of those sleeper movies that you should definitely go and see. Well, not go and see, but watch on streaming or physical media. Then we have Catch Me If You Can. Not a huge Leonardo DiCaprio fan, but him and Tom Hanks did really good on this movie. The storyline was fantastic. Supporting characters were great. Amazing script. It showed the talent of both of these actors, and this was DiCaprio when he was younger too, so it's not even like he is now. So, the fact that he showed this much promise at this age was good. But like I said, I'm not a huge DiCaprio fan, but I appreciate the evolution of his career. And then we have Ready Player One. Obviously the budget and the visual effects for this movie were second to none. But I liked this movie because it was just different from everything else that was coming out. It wasn't the sequel train that every movie studio is looking for. It was an original idea that came out and was phenomenal. I miss studios taking the time to do that. It just seems like if it's not a sequel, then it's usually a flop because they don't really put a lot of effort into it. But absolutely loved this movie. I should definitely upgrade this to 4K because I'm sure it looks even better in 4K. Comment down below if you've seen this in 4K. Then we have Minority Report. This was Tom Cruise and Steven Spielberg's best work together. Again, a very original idea of future crimes and all that type of stuff. Colin Farrell did great in this movie as well. A lot of other great supporting actors. Again, wish that studios would take the time to do movies like this, but they don't seem to. Everything's got to be big returns at the box office or they're not interested. Miss the good old days some days. And then we have my favorite Indiana Jones movie, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I loved the whole looking for the Cup of Life or whatever you want to call it. Has all the characters from the original Indiana Jones, plus Sean Connery, who does absolutely phenomenal as Harrison Ford's dad. The people who played the villains in this movie were better than any other of the Indiana Jones movies as well. I loved the last major fight scene where he was fighting the whole string of vehicles, you know, with the tank and all that stuff. One of the best scenes in movie history, in my opinion. But just a fun watch. I mean, easily, by a mile, the best of the Indiana Jones movies. Comment down below if you think a different one is better. Then we have Saving Private Ryan. Great story, great cast. But the thing that has this so high on my list is that opening scene for D-Day. I've never seen anything like that, even to this day. So well done. It felt so real. The sound was amazing. I mean, if that didn't win this an Oscar, I don't know what would. But I mean, absolutely phenomenal movie. And then we have Jurassic Park, which you knew was going to be at the top of this list because it's Jurassic Park. I mean, for its time, it pushed boundaries so much. And the one thing for this one versus Lost World is the supporting actors were fantastic as well. And it was just huge and grandiose versus being kind of tense, you know, kind of thing. I don't know. It's just, this is a favorite of mine. The only one I like that he did not direct was Jurassic World, the first one in the new trilogy. Felt just like this one as far as, you know, the feel of the movie. So, love going back to watch this movie every once in a while. Again, another movie I'm going to have to get on 4K. But that does it for this video. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe. Your support is much appreciated. I am also over on Letterboxd. The link to that is in the profile description of this channel. Otherwise, until next time, guys.